The landmark case of Ashbury Railway Carriage and Iron Company, Limited versus Riche, 1875. Have you ever wondered if a company can enter into any contract it wants? Well, back in 1875, one case answered this question and shaped corporate law forever. Let's meet Ashbury Railway Carriage and Iron Company, Limited, a company incorporated in England. According to its Memorandum of Association, the company's purpose was to manufacture and sell railway carriages and wagons. One day, the company directors decided to finance the construction of a railway line in Belgium. They signed a contract with a contractor named Riche, agreeing to provide funds for the project. At first, everything seemed fine, but later, the shareholders of the company objected. They argued that the company had no legal power to enter into such a contract since it was not related to manufacturing railway carriages, which was its stated objective. As a result, the company refused to honor the contract, and Riche sued Ashbury Railway Carriage and Iron Company, Limited for breach of contract. The case went to court, and the key legal question was, did the company have the authority to enter into this contract? At first, the lower court ruled in favor of Riche, stating that the contract was valid. But the case was then appealed to the House of Lords, where a landmark judgment was made. The House of Lords ruled in favor of Ashbury Railway Carriage and Iron Company, Limited, and declared the contract void and unenforceable. Why? Because the company had acted beyond the powers granted in its Memorandum of Association. This principle is known as the Doctrine of Ultra Vires, which means, beyond the powers. The court held that if a company enters into a contract outside the scope of its stated objectives, the contract is invalid, even if the directors or shareholders approve it. So, why is this case important? This case established the Ultra Vires doctrine, which means a company must operate strictly within the powers mentioned in its Memorandum of Association. Before this ruling, companies had more flexibility in business decisions. But after this case, companies had to be very careful when drafting their objectives because any contract beyond those objectives would be legally invalid. However, over time, company laws evolved. Today, many countries have relaxed these strict rules by allowing companies to have wide-ranging business objectives in their memorandum. Even though the Ultra Vires doctrine is not as rigid today, Ashbury Railway Carriage versus Riche remains a significant case in corporate law. It set the foundation for how corporate powers are defined and helped shape the way businesses operate legally. And that, my friends, is how one case changed the corporate world. Remember, every company must operate within its legal limits, or risk having its contracts declared ultra vires and void.